In London tonight, new reports on how close British authorities may have come to catching the bombers before the deadly attacks. ABC's David Wright has the latest from Britain. David, thank you very much for joining us this evening. What is the latest?
Well, Chris, a lot of the morning papers are just coming out here in Britain, and they all seem to be focusing on getting a clearer sense of the movements of these four men in the weeks and months prior to the attack. And they lead with a detail that Brian Ross actually had on World News Tonight, and that is that two of the bombers traveled to Pakistan, not just at the same time, but on the same flight. Turkish Airlines Flight 1056 last November the 19th. They were photographed entering the airport at the same time, and they apparently stayed for 3 months.
Continuing to build out our understanding of this situation, because, David, as you know, originally what made these bombers so scary is that they seemed like the least likely attackers. Now, British authorities have admitted that at least one of these men was under surveillance. Tell me about it.
Mohammed Sadiq Khan, the 30-year-old thought to be the ringleader of the plot, the man who was a teaching assistant who helped primarily learning disabled children at a primary school, was on a terror watch list, was being observed and questioned, in fact, in connection with a previous bombing incident, or a bomb plot at least. MI5 apparently determined that he was no major threat, and they decided not to keep him under close surveillance. Needless to say, that decision is being put under some scrutiny here.
Thank you, David, for the latest from London. David Wright on the importance of surveillance. Which brings us to the home front. The FBI is focused intensely on preventing a London-style attack from happening here. And it's now focusing on an American hotbed where terrorism has taken root before. ABC's John Berman had exclusive access behind the front lines in New Jersey.
Right in the middle of this investigation zone.
This morning we're on our way over to Jersey City again. We tried to contact these individuals yesterday. We're not knocking down doors every morning. We're not dragging people away in handcuffs. We're here to try and protect the country.
Well, a 6 a.m. knock on the door may not be a very pleasant wake-up call.
How are you?
This early morning doorstepping is one of the most powerful tools at the disposal of the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force.
A huge amount of your normal day is spent knocking on doors.
We go out and we do knock on doors. People are part of the community, and in order to alleviate that threat, we have to talk to people. You don't want to be a threat to them. You want to try and get some information from them and get them to talk with you.
Take care.
Thank you.
And you need to treat them in such a way to get them to feel comfortable enough with you to talk with you.
New Jersey's Joint Terrorism Task Force was designed to bring together some 21 different agencies and coordinate their efforts. The aim? To avoid interagency conflict and better share information. Bill Evanina leads Counterterror Team Number 3.
Explain to me what you guys are trying to do.
Basically, whether it's dealing with threats that come into our office, if an individual who may pose a danger or want to blow up something or is suspicious, we handle all those threats.
I mean, hey, it's happened here before. We've got to take it seriously.
It's happened twice. In 1993 with the World Trade Center attack, and once again in 2001. The majority of the hijackers live in New Jersey, or they pass through New Jersey, spend a lot of time here. So,
do you think the people get that? Do you think the community gets that?
I hope they do.
Last year, the counter-terror team followed up on every one of the 6,000 leads that came their way.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Those tips can range from downright scary.
Abu Musab al-Zakari issued a new videotape. He goes on calling for more suicide attacks.
To astonishingly petty.
We've had calls where Osama bin Laden's been seen driving down the turnpike or the parkway.
But it's the ridiculous, often malicious nature of these charges that underscores the problem for the JTTF here in northern New Jersey. While they have to investigate every tip, large and small, they also have to try and reassure the diverse Muslim community here that the JTTF understands their problems.
If they came to my door of his section, what did I do?
Ahmed Shadid is the director of the Islamic Center of New Jersey. His mosque is one of the oldest in the Northeast, and he speaks for many in the community who have not been happy with the FBI's past tactics.
Right away, I feel guilty. I feel so surprised, and I will be scared. I think if they came to your door, you would be scared. I'm not going to say scared, but you would start worrying.
But recently, the JTTF has been shifting their approach.
My name is Ili,
and I have been working for the FBI for about 4 years.
In an attempt to reach out to the Arabic community, the JTTF has been taking on new members, like Ely. He has asked us to keep his face obscured to keep his identity secret. Ely, a Lebanese American, is often identified as the key to the FBI's success in developing better relations with the local Muslim population.
Mainly, I am the connect between the FBI and the population. So I am the person that goes out with the agents and talk to them to be the link to the Arabic community.
At times, it seems to be working.
The FBI, when they came to ask me questions, they treat me well and respectable. I feel very, very relaxed with them.
Do you feel like they understand the cultural sensitivities in some of these households?
They are working on it. We are working on it. And it's our job now to educate them about our culture, and about our religion, about our language.
When I first asked you the question, though, you smiled. There was a little bit of a smile like that, which says to me that maybe they're trying and they've come a long way, but there have been some problems.
Definitely, because there is a gap.
Hello. How you doing? Good morning.
Sir. Do you want to be nice, but you cannot be very nice? Do you want to be very tough, but you cannot be very tough? As a community, we have to take this job seriously. We'll be a part of the community in everywhere. Because this is the only way that we have to change the whole society about our community.
Do you mind if we talk to you?
If you don't like it, as they say, America, love it or leave it.
I'm John Berman for Nightline in Newark, New Jersey.
FBI officials told John today that since the London bombings, the number of calls and tips they've been getting about New Jersey are off the charts. Coming up on a very different note,